The truth many people don't want to hear is that arrests like Abu Trica's are never isolated incidents. They are checkpoints in a long operation. When one person is picked, it means the investigation is already mature. It means names have been mapped, money trails have been studied, phones have been monitored, and relationships have been drawn out like a spider web. By the time the public hears of an arrest, the authorities are already several steps ahead. This is why Wicked Blogger Ghana has remained consistent in saying that the next phase will not be random. It will not be guesswork. It will not be trial and error. The next people to face serious scrutiny are those who fit the same behavioral and financial patterns that brought Abu Trica down. And at the center of current conversations, according to multiple intelligence-linked sources, are Arrangement and Lancaster. For months, these two names have surfaced quietly in discussions around unexplained wealth, loud lifestyles, and excessive visibility without any clear business structure backing it up. Wicked Blogger Ghana is not saying they are guilty. What we are saying is that they are already on the radar, and once you're on that radar, movement becomes very limited whether you know it or not. One of the biggest mistakes young fraudulent boys make is thinking arrest only comes when someone knocks on your door. In reality, arrest starts long before that moment. It starts with your spending habits. It starts with your friends. It starts with your phone. It starts with your transfers. It starts with who you move money for, who you receive money from, and who benefits from your lifestyle. The moment lifestyle audits became active, many people laughed. They thought it was political talk. They thought it was empty policy. They thought nobody would dare touch people who were connected. That mindset has collapsed. The Abu Trica arrest shattered it completely. It showed that once intelligence is shared internationally, local protection becomes irrelevant. Sources close to ongoing investigations say that after Abu Trica's arrest, several individuals abruptly changed patterns. Some stopped posting online. Some stopped appearing at clubs. Some suddenly traveled. Some went quiet. Some entered hideouts thinking silence equals safety. That thinking is outdated and dangerous. Authorities do not need to see you in public to build a case. In fact, when someone disappears suddenly, it often strengthens suspicion. It suggests panic. It suggests awareness. It suggests consciousness of risk. Every serious investigation team knows this. Arrangement and Lancaster are said to have reduced their visibility sharply in recent days. Movements have reportedly become restricted. Appearances are minimal. Communication is tighter. But what many do not understand is that once your name is inside an intelligence file, hiding does not erase the file. It only delays the knock. Wicked Blogger Ghana warned long before now that flashy living without traceable income is no longer tolerated. The era where people could buy cars, spray money, rent mansions, and claim hustle without explanation is over. Ghana's image has taken too many hits internationally, and the current administration has made it clear that restoring credibility matters more than protecting street fame. This same pattern played out after Dada Joe Remix was arrested. At the time, many believed he was the final target. Wicked Blogger Ghana stated clearly that the case would not end there. Months later, Kofi Boat followed. That sequence alone proves how these operations unfold. One arrest opens doors. Cooperation opens files. Files open names. It is also important to understand that international agencies do not work emotionally. They work mathematically. They follow data. They follow percentages. They follow probability. If several arrested individuals point in similar directions, those directions become destinations. This is why Wicked Blogger Ghana keeps stressing that the list is not exhausted. The first person has been picked. Others are already in the queue. Investigations move quietly, but they move relentlessly. People asking why Arrangement and Lancaster are being mentioned should ask themselves simple questions. What visible business backs the lifestyle? What registered enterprise explains the spending? What long-term investment explains the consistency of cash flow? These are the same questions Abu Trica could not answer when asked. When someone cannot clearly explain their source of income, it becomes an invitation for deeper scrutiny. And once scrutiny begins, everything else follows. Many people insulted Wicked Blogger Ghana when we stated months ago that Abu Trica had been invited by the Economic and Organized Crime Office. They said it was a lie. They said it was clout chasing. They said it was propaganda. Today, reality has answered on our behalf. The invitation existed. The intelligence existed. The arrest confirmed it. The same pattern is repeating. Denial first, mockery second, silence third, shock fourth. What Arrangement and Lancaster need to understand, and what others watching need to learn, is that flaunting is no longer just noise. It is evidence. Loud living without structure draws attention faster than silence ever could. Authorities are no longer impressed by fear tactics, online fan bases, or street reputation. Once international cooperation is involved, the rules change completely. Local influence weakens, digital evidence strengthens, timelines get longer, sentences get heavier. Wicked Blogger Ghana is not here to scare anyone. We are here to state facts as they unfold. When we say someone is under the radar, it does not mean arrest tomorrow. It means monitoring today, evidence tomorrow, action when ready. The biggest illusion fraud-linked boys live under is believing that movement equals escape. It does not. Money trails do not need your physical presence. Your past activity continues to speak even when you are silent. This platform has proven repeatedly that our reports are not guesses. They are conclusions drawn from patterns, confirmations, and verified intelligence channels. Time has validated that record again and again. As of now, all indicators suggest that the FBI and local authorities are not done. The operation did not end with Abu Trica. It expanded because of him. And those closest to similar behavioral patterns should be worried, not because of gossip, but because of mathematics. Wicked Blogger Ghana remains on the ground, watching movements, tracking developments, and verifying information before publishing. When the next name drops, it will not be a shock to those paying attention. For those still laughing, remember this: every arrest starts as a rumor until it becomes a headline. Another truth people ignore is how modern investigations no longer depend on loud raids or sudden ambushes. Today, the most dangerous phase is the quiet one. When nobody is talking publicly, when bloggers go silent, when social media cools down, that is usually when files are being finalized. That is when warrants are being drafted. That is when extradition frameworks are being aligned. By the time noise returns, it is already too late. This is the phase Ghana is currently in. The message coming from the corridors of power is clear. The country does not want to be branded as a global hub for romance scams, wire fraud, and money laundering. That embarrassment costs real money, real partnerships, and real diplomatic goodwill. Once a country becomes flagged, even innocent citizens suffer visa denials, banking restrictions, and business distrust. This is why authorities are now ruthless with cases that cross borders. Wicked Blogger Ghana understands this reality, which is why our reporting has shifted from gossip-style blogging to intelligence-style exposure. When we speak, it is because dots have already been connected. People often ask why certain names keep appearing in underground conversations long before arrests happen. The answer is simple. Patterns repeat themselves. The same clubs, the same spenders, the same lifestyle circles, the same phone numbers popping up around the same transfers. Investigators don't chase personalities. They chase overlaps. Arrangement and Lancaster, according to sources familiar with ongoing assessments, fit too many overlapping indicators to be ignored. Again, this is not a conviction. This is not a verdict. This is how investigations work. One major factor many young boys underestimate is association risk. You don't have to commit the main act to become part of the net. Once you move money, introduce contacts, store assets, or act as a buffer, you step into the same legal fire. Many people currently serving time abroad never touched a laptop. Their crime was proximity. This is where panic usually sets in. When panic sets in, mistakes multiply. Phones get dumped. SIM cards get swapped. Vehicles get hidden. Accounts get drained. And every single one of these actions creates digital footprints. Investigators are trained to spot panic behavior. It tells them exactly where pressure points exist. After Abu Trica's arrest, there was a noticeable shift in how some known big spenders behaved. Less noise, less movement, less presence. That silence is not confidence. It is calculation. And calculation alone does not erase past activity. Wicked Blogger Ghana has always said that the loudest fraud boys are often the weakest. Real money hides, fake money screams. When someone cannot resist spraying cash, posting cars, renting attention, and forcing relevance, it usually means insecurity, not strength. Authorities understand this psychology very well. That is why lifestyle audits are now deadly. They strip away the street myths and reduce everything to paper: income versus expenditure, assets versus explanation, time versus growth. If the math doesn't math, the case writes itself. The reason many laughed when lifestyle audits were announced was because they misunderstood the power behind them. Once the law gives investigators permission to ask one simple question: where did this money come from? The burden shifts. Silence becomes suspicious. Lies become charges. This is the phase Ghana has entered. It is also why Wicked Blogger Ghana keeps reminding people that hiding is not a solution. Hideouts don't erase records. They don't delete transfers. They don't silence witnesses. In fact, they often trigger informants. When pressure increases, loyalty collapses. History has shown this repeatedly. Look at past cases. One arrest leads to cooperation. Cooperation leads to names. Names lead to arrests. Arrests lead to deals. Deals widen the net. This cycle does not break unless everyone involved stays silent. And that almost never happens when prison time becomes real. That is why it is naive to believe that Abu Trica's case stands alone. It doesn't. It is part of a broader cleanup effort that has both local and international backing. When the FBI partners with local agencies, it is not for show. It is because files are already heavy. People should also understand that social media fame does not protect anyone. In fact, it works against you. Every post becomes evidence. Every flex becomes context. Every caption becomes intent. Investigators love social media because suspects document their own contradictions for free. Arraignment in Lancaster, like many others before them, built visibility that may now work against them. Excessive club spending, loud bottle displays, public cash spraying, all without visible business structures that justify it. These things don't impress authorities. They alarm them. Another dangerous illusion is thinking political change equals safety. It doesn't. Fraud cases survive governments. Once a case enters international jurisdiction, politics becomes background noise. Files don't expire with elections. Warrants don't dissolve with reshuffles. This is why Wicked Blogger Ghana has been blunt. The system has changed. The tolerance is gone. The patience is gone. Those who think this is about envy or blogging wars are missing the point. This is about Ghana's image and global pressure. Countries under scrutiny either clean up or get punished economically. The choice has been made. For those still in denial, remember that every major arrest in recent years followed the same pattern. First came warnings, then came mockery, then came silence, then came handcuffs. Time proved who was lying and who was reporting. Wicked Blogger Ghana does not celebrate arrests. We report realities. We warn early. We document patterns. We let time do the rest. As things stand now, intelligence gathering has not slowed down. If anything, it has intensified. Financial audits, phone data analysis, and cooperation agreements are expanding. And once files are complete, actions follow quietly and decisively. Those watching closely already know this is not the end of the story. It is the middle. And as always, when the next development breaks, Wicked Blogger Ghana will not be guessing. We will be confirming. We are watching.